Hey there, commercial construction coffee talk fans. Thanks for chiming in. My name's David Corson. I'm your host. I'm also the publisher and editor of Commercial Construction Renovation Magazine. This is what it used to look like when we were printing. We're digital now. Pulling out some archives, January, February 2020, Andretti Speed Labs. This was a great looking issue. Thanks, Mark and Ed, for gracing the cover. And let's see what I was doing, what I ran on my publisher's page. Ooh, got my father when I was in his plane, and my mom. I think I was probably like 4 years old back then. But anyway, good to see my old man in the pictures. And always fun to look like what I used to look like way back when. But this magazine was 188 pages. It was like a wedding catalog. But we're digital now, and don't miss the printer, don't miss the post office. Went digital August of 2021. Had White Castle on my cover, their biggest facility ever, and haven't looked back since. Had 3.5 million people hit our website last month, 200,000 unique users, and it's just been an amazing transformation from print face-to-face events to digital. And uh, thank you to everybody out there on the web for finding us and keep coming back to consume our content, because that's what I am. I'm a content builder these days. So I couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much. So beautiful day in Atlanta today. I think it's going to be 80 degrees. It's going to be an awesome 5 mile run here this afternoon for me as I do my 365-day diary and my positive thoughts and so forth. And I don't know, I think I'll go down by the lake today. I don't know. I try and change my run up every day. But in any event, my guest today is she's out of Chicago, Illinois. Her name is Jessica Scott. She's an entrepreneur and she owns a company called Youth Juice. And Jessica, say hello to our audience out there on Commercial Construction Coffee Talk.
Hello, thank you for having me today. It's a pleasure. I can't wait to talk all about the juice today.
Yeah, absolutely. And we like the swag. You know, you're promoting your firm, so that's good. So am I. Got the logos going, and I'm a lacrosse guy, hockey guy, so got to pull for my pios there. So, uh, here, here's how it's going to work. We're going to do it in three parts. You'll tell us your story, where you grew up, if you went to school anywhere, you got kids and all that, and how you ended up at Youth Juice. And then we'll talk about lessons learned over the last couple of years. And then we'll talk about some of your flavor of juices and, why people should, taste them and check them out. And then you'll leave one positive thought or phrase with our listeners and your contact info, and then we'll finish up. So with that said, the floor is yours. Tell us your story.
Well, thank you. So I am from Oswego, Illinois, which is about 20 minutes from Naperville, about an hour from the city. I do not have any children. I have a lot of godchildren, though, so that kind of hence the kid-like brand as well.
Yeah.
Hence why I started too. So I have a nursing background. The reason I got into juicing was kind of by accident, to be honest with you. I was in my kitchen actually a year ago, last week, and we decided I was trying different mixtures for a friend who wanted to lose weight and my mom who had thyroid cancer, which she's doing well now. And the friend did lose a lot of weight. And before you knew it, I was making 500 bottles a day in my kitchen with like 6 different little small bevels around my kitchen. And then someone tasted the juice and offered me a pop up on Michigan Avenue. And we did that last summer, which then led into now we're in some grocery stores in the Chicagoland area. We do ship all over the US to your doorstep. And then we're dealing with a lot of businesses right now. So we just recently started selling out of the Marriott Hotel downtown Chicago. So we're kind of hitting the hotel brand and just kind of finding our way. So not what I expected, but it is a journey that we're running every single day, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So that's a little bit of a story, but it's how we came this far.
So you're sitting you're making your concoctions in your kitchen, and they
Yes.
taste good. And then, how did you make did you have an epiphany and a light bulb went off, or did it just say, hey, you should really, go into production or whatever, and talk about that whole transformation.
Yeah, no, so I had a friend who knew someone who was interested in the juicing industry and sat me down for a meeting after they tasted my juice. And they're like, wow, you can really taste each ingredient. And how I mix them, it's a science to it. You'd think, oh my gosh, it's just cold pressed juicing. I'm just throwing it in the juicer. No, I tell people all the time, I actually brought our production home from a co-packer a couple months ago. I tried it out. The quality just was not the same. And you really have to understand fruits and vegetables and understand just the different qualities of them, the ripeness factor, right? It's going to change the color of the juice. It's going to taste different if it's sour versus sweet. So it really became a science. And I found the journey over the year. Honestly, it kind of just became second nature as I was learning. And then I started teaching my staff, and now we are producing it ourselves. And we had just moved into a USDA facility. So I'm in the middle of letting us grow. But really, what got me from the kitchen recipes to here is really just someone trying my juice and saying, hey, this is something different. We do sell out of glass bottles, so that kind of makes us a little different as well. But
So what flavor is that?
this is Revive. Oh, sorry, wrong way. Revive. This is one of our top sellers. We actually white label this for the Drake Hotel, and this one is in majority of our grocery stores. So it has orange, pineapple, and aloe vera water in it. The aloe vera water is going to kind of rejuvenate your body if you've had a tough workout of the day. It's for your kids who you're looking to make sure that they're hydrated. And then, of course, has your vitamin C from the oranges, and then the detoxifying component from the pineapple. So everything has a purpose behind my recipes.
So what other flavors do you have there with you?
So we have Breeze. Oh, I keep putting the thing up to the camera.
I know it's a Zoom thing. Yeah, that's okay.
My apologies. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, oh, wrong way. So Breeze is with peach, orange, and pineapple as well. This is on the Yum Yum flavor list, meaning your kids will drink it. It's phenomenal. We do sell in half gallons as well. So if you're ever looking for just like your glass you want to pour in the morning, everything is glass reusable. So we try to keep it no plastic and keep it very friendly for the environment as well.
Did you have a nutrition background? You said you had a nursing background, so I'm sure, minerals and vitamins and all that kind of stuff comes into it. So talk about that aspect of it. So
Yeah. So I did actually study nutrition when I was going to school for nursing. I actually have a bachelor's in health management. So I never really thought I was going to use that degree when I went and got it. I was like, oh, might as well. We're this close. And it actually is the one that I'm using the most, which I think is amazing. So yes, nutrition, in the beginning, I wasn't doing it for the reasons I am now, I guess you could say, which are nutrition facts. I really take pride in making sure that we're using the top produce, and we're making sure we're using organic when we should be using organic, and just really going through the right protocols. But when I started, it was honestly just, like I said, I was finding recipes of fruits and vegetables that were enriched with vitamin K for my mom fighting thyroid cancer. So that's where I found a lot of research that went into a lot of my recipes. Because you'd be surprised, like something that helps cancer actually helps diabetes and heart disease and a bunch of other things as well. You would be surprised with the amount of nutrients that comes from the skin of a fruit or vegetable versus what's actually in the middle, which is what we're eating, right? So there's components that go into the bottle of juice where we don't skin everything. We do leave on some skin depending on the fruit or the veggie. Just really trying to enrich this component with as much nutrients as possible and making it like an on the go way to really get everything you need in your diet for the day. So also, I didn't show these yet, but these are our new line of shots. So we have a kiwi shot, and then we also have a beet shot. So the beet shot has green apple and Himalayan salt in it. The kiwi shot has cucumber, celery, aloe vera water as well. So they have a little bit of your spice, but these are more concentrated versions where you're getting directly some different, more spicier nutrients, I should say.
so the shots, not a replacement for like the 5 hour energy and that kind of stuff, right? But it's all natural and it does give you a boost. Am I correct?
Yes, and we do have the average ginger shots, wheatgrass shots, the things you see on the shelf, but I like to always bring out our different ones. You'd be surprised the amount of people that ask me for beet. It has a ton of health benefits, but it's very hard to drink a lot of beet. So we kind of try to make it a little sweet, but also sweet with fruit, not sugar. So we add no sugars, no preservatives. Everything that you see is directly the fruit and the vegetable, nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've done the beets gig. I used to take the vitamins. I've tried the powder. I take multis and I don't drink coffee. The bottom line is if you can get something natural versus, uh, you know, just in
All
general, if you can go natural, you're better off. And
right.
I ain't gonna smoke. I'm not that I'm. Believe me, I did plenty of partying back in the day, but right now, I'm 60 years old and I'm pretty good shape still, and I just kind of am on that natural kick. And my wife, she does all this research. Um, uh, my brother-in-law just passed. He passed away from prostate, we were trying all of these natural remedies instead of just doing the meds and the chemo, which is just terrible for your body. So she gets into all of this natural stuff, and there's so many things that are out there that can help you. But just, the reason why I had you on here, number one, it's Women's History Month. Number two, you're an entrepreneur. You started it in your kitchen. And number three, you got a cool brand that you're building. And now from your kitchen, you're in some hotels, you're in some grocery store. Uh, you know, where are you going to go? Are you looking to go on to Shark Tank and get, one of those guys to help you with distribution, or, what are your plans there as you become a big time entrepreneur pushing your
Yeah.
brand?
So I do have a couple things up my sleeve right now that will hopefully be revealing themselves very soon. We run. My main thing I say all the time is we're runners, right? My team, if we're not doing 1,000 things a day, we're not doing something right. Because I started, like I said, last year. We've done a lot in a short amount of time. So I tell people all the time, I'm like, I don't know what's coming. I just know that this is a purpose that is bigger than me, and I just let it ride. And yes, I sometimes often think I'm on my own version of Shark Tank. um, and one of the sharks will eventually take on. But we're doing some pretty amazing things. And I had the opportunity in the beginning to, I could have given away half of my company, and I chose not to, because I was climbing those exact same ladders myself. I said, listen, either you can take me there or I can get there. I'm just going to have to do it my way, and it might take a little bit longer, but I'm still going to get there. And that's what we've done, and we've got there. And now I have genuine people that have came out of each individual contract, that they just see the vision and they taste the product, they know the genuineness behind the brand, and they want to push it. And that has brought me the big contracts, the ones that keep me going. And did I ever think I would be selling out of a Marriott hotel and have them reaching out to us to buy my product? I never thought in a million years. So it's all about good people that just come into your path, and they just genuinely want to help you just because they see the vision. They want people to have the ability to have fruits and veggies instead of a soda drink. So where am I going? I would really like to make it into airports. That is something that I am working on diligently. A different version, though, not in your glass bottle. It's going to be more of a self-serve fresh way of getting fresh juice. So I really just want to give fresh juice in every capacity, right? So we have them in the grocery stores. We have some restaurants that we do it in your cocktails. So you're not getting all the fake sugars and your hangovers better in the morning. So we have some breakfast restaurants, some hotels. My next one is airports. So hopefully you see youth juice in all different states soon. My consumer delivery program, we do have it. It is probably my slower moving baby right now, but that's fine. I think it's all going to come at the right time, and we're being paced, and that's perfectly fine with me because we're still running. So I really, honestly, it's wherever God takes me in this predicament, and I never expected it to go here. So I'm just blessed and fortunate to have people like my juice. So
And and you have and you're a full woman team, basically,
yes,
right?
I have all women that work for me. I actually just hired a whole new kitchen of production of women I have a high schooler that works for me now. I have a single mom who's 21 with 3 kids. And my assistant, she's a runner. She's 21. That girl is going to be insane when she turns 30. So I really just take in the females that I see. Listen, you want to be here? Show me you want to be here, and I'm going to show you everything I know, and I'm still learning. I am not an expert. I have phenomenal mentors who have gotten me here, but I will say that I'm learning every day. Like I've learned to just let it ride, and the stress, it will always be better tomorrow. That's my one line, actually, if we're going to go there, is just keep running. If you're not running, you're not doing something fast enough. You're not doing it good enough. You're not doing it to the best of your capacity. Just keep running.
Yeah.
I have to tell myself that every day.
But listen, I'm running every day, and I always just keep telling people, make sure you move forward, don't look back because you're not going that way, and you just gotta, the day that you don't want to run is the day you really need to. And so this year I made my pact with myself that I was going to run every day, do my little video during my cool down, and I do about 5 miles, and I have a nice pace, and I'll run about, well, let's see, I do 5 miles, 35 miles a week, 140 a month. That's 1,680 miles a year and it's about running from Atlanta to Denver, except you can
Oh,
see a lot of different sites. So I've got a couple different tracks. Last weekend I was looking at some trails. All the leaves are coming in. So, but I always leave a positive thought. And I was a lacrosse hockey player, so I always like putting sports because people that are in sports they know how to win and lose, but then they go into business and they have thick skin and they can handle, winning and losing and making mistakes and taking those mistakes and learning from them and be able to apply them. So, I get the running gig. I'm a runner. So,
I
uh,
see. I was like, it's funny you said something about running in the beginning, and I'm like, that is my theory. When you said, "What are you gonna say?" I first thing that came to my head is just keep running.
yeah.
So no,
And
I
I
love.
have both, and listen, I have both my ACLs redone and everything else. And my wife was like, "Are you really gonna go do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's my pack." And so it was. I don't even want to say it was my New Year's resolution, but I mean, I still play. Listen, I still play in the old guys leagues and all that. And my glory days, look, I scored a lot of goals on the lacrosse field or the hockey rink, and um, I wanted to get back on my first big black belt, and I just talked to my instructor I haven't seen in a while before the holidays last year, and I went in and I said, "Listen, uh, I'm building my empty nester house, but I want to get through the permitting process and get everything approved before I get back on the mat to go for my second degree." And then I said, "Man, I'm going to have to go and get myself back in shape." That's how I decided, you know what, I'll go run. And then when I was running, I had an epiphany, just kind of like you did. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do a little video and I'll have 365 of these at the end of the year. I'll put it to music, make a little ebook. And I figured, you know what, I'll leave it, I'll put it on a disc. And when I pass, and I'll be up on the shelf with all my rescue dogs, they can put a little flash drive and they can see what Grandpa David was like and way back when, what he was thinking every day. And I'm all about the positive stuff. And I like to listen. I was with Nielsen right after 9/11, and I went out on my own. Everybody told me not to do it. Here I am 25 years later, and I'm still sitting here. Just like this podcast. I didn't know what I was doing. Back in of March of 2020, when everything got, basically the roller coaster started. I was going to do these construction interviews on the construction sites, and I had to do them virtually. And I laugh now when I look at the old ones because I was awful. I listen. I'm not Joe Rogan. All right, but people do laugh. They're like, "Oh my God, you're a gas out there." So, but I like having all sorts of types of people in there. But I like having the entrepreneurs, and for all those you out here, uh, Jess got on here because her publicist sent me a PR piece on her product line, and her story caught my eye. It was Women's Month. We've got a woman's column and all this, in the magazine, and I just like those kind of can-do stories of where people start out, not thinking where it could go, and then, it's like, Walmart. They had to build their first store way back when, or Hilton Hotels or Burger King. Everybody had to start out with their first, and everybody started out as a worker, not as a boss. And the thing about I like about entrepreneurs is you know everything about your company as you're building it because you've done everything. So
Yeah.
as you grow, you surround yourself with the people that have the same vision. I'm always like, don't surround yourself with negative people. Get rid of them. They're not worth it to you. There's so many positive people that can help you. They just bring you down. Just surround yourself to people who want to play in your sandbox that have your same vision, and you're gonna have a much better time. And look, you're gonna make mistakes. If you're not really working hard and
Oh
you're not
yeah.
making mistakes, you're not working hard enough because I make mistakes every day,
Yeah.
but you want to put them back in your knowledge vault. And
We every single time. I learned very quickly. A lot. So I I was they put me in a building that hadn't been open in 12 years in downtown city of Chicago, and I had to get it coated in less than a week for my grand opening. So when I tell you, I was like, oh yeah, after this, I can do anything.
yeah, absolutely. So tell me how the Marriott thing went. Did they find you, or did you pitch them, or how did that happen?
Well, so we actually were introduced at a party at the House of Blues. So we sell to the House of Blues as well. I'm sorry, I
Uh,
them
I've been
first.
there. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
there.
So they and she just really liked the brand and really amazing woman. She's like, hey, I know the bar guy at Marriott downtown, and this is just right up his alley. Would you be willing to meet with him? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm telling you, genuine people. And it just was random. And I went for a meeting. He had everyone from purchasing manager to sous chef to GM. It was a meeting of the four of them. We talked for 2 hours. They actually asked me to come speak at one of their conventions, which was for Women's Month, which we did, which was of all of the Marriott affiliations, which was the Westin and other hotel groups that we had been
Hmm.
trying to reach. And then we did the conversation, and it's been flowing. I cannot keep enough juice on their shelf. Every 3 days, they're selling out. So it's amazing to see, not even just at Marriott. Cermak is a grocery store around here. They are selling insane amounts every week. And the guy's like, we do not have a new product that sells like this. So for me, it's just people that don't know me, people that have no idea my story, and they go on a shelf and they see my bottle, or they're at the Marriott and they just want to pick me up because they've been traveling. It's like that I wanted this when I was a traveler and I couldn't find it. So for me to be able to give someone an actual fresh thing that I know is fresh, we juice every other day. So my contracts, they order on a weekly basis. We try to keep fresh at the front. So it's just very cool, honestly. The whole experience has been totally enlightening. I never thought in a million years that it would go here. So the
So,
Marriott,
so,
go
so
ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm in construction,
Yeah.
commercial. So I mean but I put all sorts of people on here. So talk about the construction process for your plant. Like, you know, that must have been, was that a whole new world for you, or was that just say, hey
Oh,
man, we got to talk about
there's
that?
of construction that comes into this. You believe it or not. Okay, so building the right box, right, to ship. I have a glass product. I have fresh product, right? That's not high pressurized or pasteurized. Trying to ship these. Oops.
No, you're good. Hmm.
Sorry. Okay. Trying to ship these was definitely the first challenge. And then I built this box cooler thing. I know exactly the type of ice packs, the ounces of the ice packs, the brick versus not. That was a science experiment. Then building the self-serve things that I'm trying to put in. I don't know have the word for it yet. It's called things still. It's not going to be a kiosk. I don't like the word kiosk, but we have built this thing from scratch, right? And it is the coolest little plug in the wall. I'm very excited for it. And then we did the pop up on Michigan Avenue. So that was a green wall. And yes, it was my visual in my brain. I just saw this flower wall that
So
had,
no architects or engineers. You kind of winged it
I
yourself, and then found someone to fabricate it for you, right?
that was 100% me. I have a girl, she's amazing. Her name is Diane. She actually owns a gallery in Wicker Park, and she does these extreme designs, and she's very particular. I explained to her what I wanted, and she came about 3 days. And I mean, I went to Home Depot, I got the wood cut myself, and between her and I, we did it. And
Good
they're
for you.
Thanks. So yeah, no, we built that wall. So yeah, no, so it was awesome. Honestly, I like to be able to see other women entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs in general, that really are trying to make it in a smaller capacity or a larger capacity, and just trying to bring them in my project any way that I can. She got to put her information there, and I'm sure people reached out to her after because it was amazing. Everyone was asking how I had accomplished it. So yeah,
You
it
need to
was.
get a hard you need to get a hard hat that says youth juice on it, you know?
I really should, because we really do majority of the whole build out. I want to build a specific type of juicer next. That's my next mission of like, how can I make the best juicer that gets the most juice out of this orange? So stay tuned because I'm gonna figure it out.
Well, you got the National Restaurant Show it's at McCormick every year. It's at the right before Memorial Day in May, and I walk it, and there's plenty of juices on there. You go there, and you can take little parts and pieces from all of those, and then build your own juicer, because kind of
Great idea.
taking other people's ideas, that's the best form of flattering. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I actually found someone yesterday that someone had given me her contact information. She's had a juice company for 10 years out of New Mexico, and her knowledge of juicing was insane. And it's all about collaborating and figuring out, we all are a little different, right? But there's no reason why we all can't learn from each other to help make it a bigger project. So and for me, it's all about getting fresh in as many hands as possible. So as long as I'm producing the juice, I have 3 white label lines that you don't even know I produced the juice. So I don't really care if my name's on it. People tell me I'm wrong for that, but I just want fresh juice out there, and I wanted it as a consumer, and that's my goal, to get it in as many things as possible, because people do not realize what they're putting in their bodies.
Oh yeah, no, no, I get it.
I love Coca-Cola. Listen, I am a Coke girl all day long. But my own juice, people tell me, they're like, "Don't you drink your own juice?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." So I've cut out my Coke. So I'm right there with you. Caffeine is amazing, but I'm actually working on building a special matcha drink right now. I'm collabing with a matcha company to give us like a caffeine version, but a healthier version. So fun
hmm
thing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So if if anybody out there wanted to touch base with you and maybe collaborate with you on other things, or talk about, hey, how could I get your juice, or to try it, or et cetera, how would someone reach out to you from our commercial construction coffee talk audience?
So, you can find us on the web at youthjuice.net. And then you also can find us on Instagram or Facebook. It's youth.juice. We're very active on the social media platforms, but for anyone that just wants to shoot us an email or give us a call, all of that information is on our website. And just feel free to submit a subscription form and then place an order. We do ship all over. So, no, you are not out of our jurisdiction. You might just be waiting a couple more days to make sure that you get it on a fresh day. I really do play with our mailing system, as far as if you order it on a weekend, you're not going to get it shipped out till Monday, because I don't want it sitting in the mail.
Right.
So just know, please, we'll be excited to take your order. And we do like customization. So if you have any questions, if I can do this or do that, just send me over an email, and I would love to customize something for you.
So if you're out there on commercial construction coffee talk land out there, and you want to check out the juices or bounce any questions, if you've got maybe a product line that you're thinking about, an entrepreneur. She's a collaborator. You know, carpenter now. She's a juicer. She's a real estate. She's got her, you know, USDA, you know, she's a mailer, you know,
Little bit of everything these days.
yeah.
So,
So here you go. I mean, here's a person that started in her kitchen, and look what's happened. She had a vision, and she surrounded herself with the right people. And once again, you know, it's like running an athletic team. You know, she's the GM or the owner, and she's got her players, and everybody's in there. And you know, so reach out to her and see if there's any other magic. Maybe maybe there's some synergies between some of you out there. I'm always looking for, you know, I always try stuff before, you know, I'm gonna go, you know, so I'll place an order. I'll get it, you know, and I'll tell you which flavor I like, you know. So,
right.
but so if anybody wants to reach me, I'm at David C at ccr-mag.com. Listen, like I said, Jess got on here because her publicist sent me a PR piece. And look, I'm a construction magazine, but look, I looked at the juice thing, but I also looked at it from the bigger vision. Started in the kitchen. She's an entrepreneur. She's doing the pop-ups. Now she's going to have, you know, probably now she's got a real estate building. She's got a manufacturing facility, and she's, you know, increasing her product line, her offerings, which is basic in retail. If you're not growing, you're dying. That's just the reality of it. So uh, it's a really good story. That's why I had her on here. So uh, if you don't, it's like playing the lottery. If you don't buy a ticket, you can't win. So if you don't send me something to look at, I can't get you on here. Very tough to get in the magazine, but listen, we post all sorts of stuff. One of the things when the roller coaster started back in March of 2020 is, you know, I always used to put construction stuff in up on the web or social media in the magazine, but now I put all sorts of stuff out here. Juices, how to buy the right phone insurance, you know, look, how to buy hair extensions. Half my circulation is female. Maybe there's some guys out there that like to be women. Some days they want to wear extensions. So I figured, what the heck? I'll put it up there. So that's the crazy thing. That's what's changed. But I mean, the bulk of it's still construction. But here's a lady that's doing juice, but she's basically a constructor. I'll tell you, you got to send me a picture of your wall.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
'cause I want to see what, you know, that looks like, and you know, go, hey, wow, look, you know, that, you know, look, she just kind of figured it out,
It's
went to Home Depot and you know, DIY, you know, there you go, right?
It's on our website, actually. The first photo, there's a lineup of all of our juices. That's the green wall, and I will send you a photo as well. But yes, people would come and stop to take photos in front of the green wall, which gave me my idea for my thing. So it is a virtual green wall, but I did
Wow.
not build one. It's not built yet. So I mean, I might build it. I don't know, but
No, you're gonna build it. No, you're gonna build it. You're gonna build it. You
I'll
know,
build it. I'll build it.
yeah. No, you're gonna build it. You're gonna build it. So, you know, like I said, listen, don't judge anything. All right. Send me your press release. We look at everything. Very tough to get in the magazine, but we have all the social media channels, have a digital specialist. We, you know, we have a, you know, and we answer all our emails. We send it to you. If we post it, we send you the link. We want you to share it. It's good for our SEO, which is search engine optimization. That's how Google finds you, and so forth. So send it to me. Let us be the judge. And who knows? You might end up on here. You might end up in the magazine. You just never know. And the timing was good because it was Women's Month. And so, you know, it was women in construction. You know, last week, I forget, days are blown by here, but you know, it just caught my eye, and so that's how you ended up. So if you're out there, just send me stuff. It could be anything. It could be a new product launch. Could be an anniversary. Could be a case study. Could be your, you know, a charity event that you're doing. Let us judge it. Just send me stuff because we look at everything. So, as we finish up, if there was one positive thought or phrase that you'd want to leave with our listeners out there, I know we talked about running and moving forward and all that. You know, what would it be as you go into Q2 and the remainder of 2024? Hate to put you on the spot.
I know. I'm like thinking, I love the running, but we'll keep away from it. I honestly would just, the best positive advice I can give someone is your biggest dream that you have, just think about it, say it out loud, and it's going to happen. Just wait. Be patient, and the time will come. Now, if something doesn't go through on that day, it wasn't meant for that day. And we just wake up, we keep running tomorrow. So just remember, wake up and keep running tomorrow. That would be my most positive thing to say.
And the runner in me likes it. And your best day was yesterday.
It was.
Tomorrow,
I don't know.
yeah.
Yes, a lot, but today's better.
Actually, the Navy SEAL said your best day was yesterday. Tomorrow is going to be, your hardest day. But once your day is done, I always tell people, look, if you go through your day and you stay positive and you inhale confidence, exhale doubt, you're going to make it through your day. And at the end of the day, if you can look yourself in the mirror and say, look, I left everything out on the field. I did a great job, learned some things, made a couple mistakes, so forth. But tomorrow you get up, sun's going to rise. And regardless if it's partly cloudy or partly sunny, I'm going to think it's partly sunny because I'm thinking positive. Or if the glass is half full or half empty, listen, I'm just glad I have a glass. All right. So
Exactly.
exactly. So, from my standpoint, I just did this thing. I think it was yesterday. I'm trying to think of my own little, quotes. I've been, using other people's quotes in my videos, but I just said it's called WAD, WAD, work, accumulate, declutter, because that's what life is. You work for something, then you start accumulating all this stuff. And then as you get older, you figure out, I don't need any of this stuff. I haven't used it, and then declutter. You're like, oh my God, life is just so nice without a simple, you have some money in the bank, you're debt free. That's the way you want to be. And you don't want to complicate things. And so the positive thing, love it. I like the running. And, listen, everybody out there, like I said, surround yourself with positive people. You'd be amazed. And smile and have fun. Laugh. You're going to have such a better day. And try the juice. You'll like it,
Did
right?
you?
Try the juice. You juice. Yeah, yeah. So as we finish up here, a couple things. Number one, if you're on the construction site, you want you to be safe. You want you to be able to get home, have dinner with your family, your kids, your pets, whatever, and then relax, and then catch some Z's and be able to get up and do it again the following day. Number two, you gotta stay hydrated, whether you're doing juice, whatever. I got my electrolytes in here because I'm trying to stay. There you go. Yeah. Well, I'm throwing stuff, listen, I'm staying, because I know in about 3 or 4 hours, I'm going to go out and I'm going to sweat my tail off and cut a couple seconds off my pace. And, but if you don't stay hydrated, all right, you get headaches. When you get headaches, you make mistakes. All right. And that's just the sports guy in me. So if you're on the construction site, summer's coming in, it's not that hot, spring's coming in. The bottom line is you got to stay hydrated, whatever you do. So make sure that you drink, whether it's juice or water, put some electrolytes in there, stay hydrated. You're going to feel so much better. Trust me on this. Number three, hit the like button out there. All right. We want everybody to find this, out on the web and, hear the YouTube story. So make sure you hit the like button. And so the story gets around there and the algorithms will find it and everybody will find out about Youth Juice and Miss Jessica, the entrepreneur, carpenter, runner, solopreneur, whatever you want, what a good story,
Thank
You know,
you.
yeah, absolutely. So everybody, it's almost the weekend. TGIF is tomorrow. Everybody, finish the week off on a positive note and go into the weekend, relax, and then get ready to do it. Once again. And listen, Q1's just about over. You only have next week, boom, and then you're in Q2. Before you know, it's going to be the end of the year, and time is just flying by. Everybody's a dull moment, and remember, don't things that you can't control, like the weather or politics or any of that stuff, forget about that stuff. Just put your blinders on and just stay focused on the things that are important. All right, because the stuff that you have no control with, you can't control many. You just got to roll with the punches. And just like you did when you were figuring out your thing, probably some of those ingredients, they didn't come out the right way, right? This one's too sweet, this one's too bland, this one's too. Am I right? Isn't that
Yeah,
it was?
you have to.
Yeah,
It's a whole game. So
yeah, yes. So with that said, Jess, say goodbye to our listeners out there at Commercial Construction Coffee Talk from Chi-Town.
thank you very much for having me. I hope to be able to customize for a lot of you or collab or whatever it may be. Feel free to reach out to us. Once again, it's youthjuice.net. And I hope you guys have a blessed, safe weekend. And just remember, stay positive.
Yep, there you go. I'm going to sign off from Sugar Hill, just below the Beaufort Dam on Lake Lanier. It's about 25 miles north of Atlanta. And once again, thanks for everybody for finding us on the web. And we will see you next time on another episode of Commercial Construction Coffee Talk. When I get up to Chi-Town, I know I have an event. I think it's coming up in May. I'm going to come up and look you up, and I might bring a couple of my buds so we can come and see your gig. And I always like meeting some of my guests in person and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll give you a heads up, and we'll see if we can connect. Fair enough?
Yes, please do. Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Have a great rest of the day, and we will see you next time on Commercial Construction Coffee Talk. Jess, great conversation. Congratulations. All right.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
All right, everybody. We'll see you
Bye.
later. Ciao.